Every so often, a show comes around that changes the course of history. A show so ahead of its time, you'll swear that artificial intelligence is behind it. A show that gets you feeling so high, you'll wish Girl Scout cookies were being sold outside your door. A show so hot, you'll think you're sitting on an old metal playground slide. A show that moistens the loins so much. Yeah, no, I'm not continuing on that thought. Moving on. Always live, unscripted, and always providing a break from the daily BS. You're about to experience whatever this is with your host, Mo Lightning.
And a very special thank you to Adam Schneider for voicing the whatever this is podcast. You'll hear a little bit more from him near the end of the show. And hell, near the end of the week, you're going to hear from him as he's going to join me on the show. It's going to be a busy week for whatever this is. I am Mo Lightning. Coming up Thursday on the show, Kitsy, who maybe you know her from Comic-Con, part of the game-changing celebrity photo ops group that, again, really just revolutionized how Comic-Cons do the photo process now. She also has her own health and wellness brand, That Witch Beauty. So I'm going to do a live unboxing with her on board on Thursday. Friday, a pro wrestling show, WrestleMania predictions. So if that doesn't give you an idea of whatever this is, well, that's why I'm here today, to further explain that to you. Your comments and questions very much welcome. First up, Abigail saying, yes. I assume she said it just like that. This show is for everybody, for me, hopefully for you, and hopefully entertaining. Hopefully keeps you smiling throughout the course of the broadcast. If you're here to be angry, if you're here to be upset, go. Get the F out of here, because no, that's definitely what I'm not about. That's the one thing you won't get on the future of this show is just anger and arguing. Like, if we're going to argue, I want it to be playful, maybe good discussion where we can have the discussion without wanting to, wring each other's necks. This is just going to be escapism. Anybody that knows me knows, obviously politics are important. We got to talk about what's going on in the world, but it's also good to have that outlet. For me, the escapism, to be able to clear your mind from that and just have fun, smile every once in a while. So maybe, fingers crossed, that's what this show is. So thank you guys so much for tuning in already. Teresa, I'm excited as well. Hello there. Sorry I missed you this weekend at GalaxyCon Richmond. And it is good to be seen and good to be heard. So with that said, what is this? What is whatever this is? This show it's going to be all of my interests. And that sounds greedy, but I am kind of greedy, so it works that way. But anybody who knows me, I've been podcasting since 2005. Long before anybody even knew what the F a podcast was. And it was definitely a hell of a lot jankier back then. The way we made it work, so much different. The technology has grown so much over this time. But I'd been doing weekly shows, not even just like here and there, like a spotty schedule. No. I had been going on a weekly basis, at least one a week, since September of 2005. Mostly hosting pro wrestling shows that was created by me and some of my longtime friends as a means to keep in touch, keep chatting with one another, and actually grew in some popularity over time. So kept doing that, grew a great relationship with WWE, Impact Wrestling, and some others. And then I did some pop culture podcasts briefly with Billy A. Patterson, something we called Con Smash. He was one of my coworkers, not one of my best friends, but we did a podcast about movies, video games, superheroes, TV shows, and really whatever geeky, nerdy stuff we wanted to talk about. We did that for a couple of years there. A mental health podcast I've done with Angela Cummings of the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. I like talking about different things, but with any of those podcasts came restriction, came shackles, if you will. And if you know me a little bit or a lot of it, then you know I'm random. I'm all over the damn place. I can't make up my mind. I don't know if I get bored easily, disinterested, ADHD. I don't know what it is, but I felt a little like handcuffed in some of these other podcasts, like the wrestling podcast. I enjoy watching the shows, but doesn't mean I necessarily want to talk about it every Tuesday night. And I did for 16 years. And then I finally took a break earlier last year and then into this year. And a lot of you have been wondering why after I was laid off from the radio station in December, why didn't I immediately jump in to another podcast? Why didn't I just start doing that? It's because I didn't know what I wanted to do, to be honest with you. I didn't want to do another molded podcast, I guess you could say, another one that has a very distinct direction, because I just feel after doing that for a decade and a half, I don't know. I don't want to say it's boring, because some people do it well. If you're a crime drama podcast and you do deep dives into Killer A and Killer B and all that, that's awesome. Me though, I like variety. I like the the expression variety is the spice of life. And so this week, I already told you this introduction and maybe a Q&A if anybody has questions about what's going on with the show or in life or hell, anything, where babies come from. I don't care. So we're going to do that a little bit later on. And then, of course, unboxing this week, WrestleMania predictions. Next week, who knows? It could be taste test videos. It could be me talking about dumb news stories. It could be talking tattoos, celebrity interviews, everyday interviews. Any of you watching right now, you could be on the show. We'll talk about the co-hosts and all that stuff coming up, a little bit later on as well. But this show is everything. And I also want to point out it's going to be consistently inconsistent. Hopefully not in quality. Hopefully that remains somewhat entertaining. Whew, God, I hope so. But where it's in the afternoon, mostly this week, maybe next week, maybe we do a late night one. Maybe we do a late night podcast. Maybe we do whatever this is after dark. I don't know. Maybe we do something on April 20th where I am stoned out of my mind doing the show. And if you know me when I'm high, I'm dancy and giddy and cannot focus very well. So that could be a great show. That's the thing, is this could be anything I want it to be. It could be anything you want it to be. That's why I choose to go live. So many podcasts are pre-recorded so they can edit out and slice and everything and sound perfect. No, I want it to be live. I want to be able to interact with you, get your thoughts, tell me I'm wrong, whatever the case may be. It's about us, what we want to do. Laura, I appreciate the kind words. And Cindy says votes yes on the 420. That'll probably happen. What day of the week is 420? Let's go look that up right now. That is on a Thursday. Perfect. I mean, drugs are bad, kids. Don't do them. But should 420 roll around and I find myself with a little bit of time, we'll see what happens on that. But if there is a topic that you want to talk about, maybe not necessarily right now, but maybe in the future, if there is a guest you on the show, sock them to me. I cannot guarantee by any means that I can get anybody. I could probably ask Dwayne The Rock Johnson every week to be on the show. He'll probably continue to block me and file restraining orders against me. But, it never hurts to try. And those, of course, that's a big name right there. But what about you? What if you have a great story? Maybe you have something that you want to talk about, maybe a project that you've been working on. Maybe, I think I'll be talking to a gentleman, Ash, here somewhere in the next few weeks that has created an independent sci-fi horror film, which is creating a lot of buzz around the industry. So I would love to be able to speak to you about things on the show as well. So it could be everyday people. Maybe you're just a strong individual. Maybe you've survived a lot and you could give inspiration to others. I want to talk about that too. Maybe you just tell dirty jokes, but maybe you got some damn fine dirty jokes. I want to talk to you. So, keep that in mind. Reach out at Mo Lightning, at whatever with Mo. And, we'll start getting things worked out. Great thing about this show is I hope that it can turn into whatever we want it to be. And again, no time restrictions every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. I'm tired of those days. I'm tired of those days. So it's not going to happen. Mike has requested to be on the show already, even before this comment, but he'd love to be on for talking about Across the Spider-Verse. Mike, you're in. All right. Right there. He's claimed Spider-Verse. So when that comes out, we are going to talk about that. Felicia, you don't have to say you love me to get on. All right. You don't have to suck up, but I do appreciate that. Talk about being a trainee with huge hopes, then suffering a major injury that crushes those plans for now. Yeah, she was trying to be a pro wrestler and believe knee injury, leg injury, either way, huge setback that might detour what she's doing, might not. But that's the thing with the show and why I didn't know what I wanted to do with the podcast for so long, because I had a lot of different ideas. Like, I do enjoy talking pro wrestling. I do enjoy reviewing movies and talking mental health and all of that stuff. But I don't like having to do it every single week necessarily. I want to be able to spread the wings. And one of the ideas I had was just talking to everyday people, talking to Felicia, talking to Mike, and not really even having a theme ahead of time. But then I worried that maybe, and I suppose it could still happen, but I'd like a purpose to the conversation, not just getting to know somebody, because there are boring people out there. I hate to say it. I'm not saying you are. You're a very interesting and gorgeous individual. Yeah, you right now. You're magnifique. Felicia, you don't have to suck up, Felicia. I appreciate it. You could sing the national anthem in a monotone voice for an hour straight, and I would listen to it. Thank you. I do appreciate that. But this show could be whatever we want it to be. So if you have ideas, please bring it on. DM me, slide in my DMs, reach out on the socials, text me if you got the number, whatever, and we'll talk about it. I am not opposed to co-hosts. I'm just not looking for a week-to-week, show-to-show co-host, because that means more schedules to deal with. I did Table Talk with WWE Hall of Famer Devon Dudley for about 2 years. So there was my schedule we had to work around. Then we had his WWE schedule to work around. And then we had a third co-host, Lindsay, had to worry about her schedule. And then hopefully if we were bringing in a guest like Dominic Mysterio or Sasha Banks or anybody like that, you had to worry about their schedule. So the more people in the equation, the worse it gets. And I don't know. I guess I'm tired of that. After like 17 years of worrying about podcast schedules, I'm being greedy, and I'm just worried about like myself and one guest. Maybe there'll be shows with multiple guests. I use a program that can allow 10 people on screen at once. So who knows? Maybe we'll just do like a battle royal sometime, an online vocal battle royal where we all just talk over each other. Why the F not? By the way, the mango aqua fresca, amazing. That not a taste test video, but there you go. There's a little bonus right there. But if you do want to co-host, I will plead right now and ask you to have something to offer the show. I don't mean to sound so harsh, but a lot of people have offered to co-host the show, but what are you going to bring to the show? I don't want somebody who's going to co-host the show and I still have to do 100% of the planning. If you have something in your life you want to talk about, maybe it's a show that you love and I haven't watched it, maybe you can sell me on why I should watch it, or why your job is unique, your product that you're working on should sell, why people need to know that it exists. That's cool. But if you just want to come on and let me do all the work, screw you. All right, lazy ass. It's my turn to be lazy. All right, you give me content. Okay, it doesn't have to be that much, but just let's talk about it and have a reason for doing what we do. So even if you don't have that reason right now, but you want to co-host, we'll make it happen. Just give it time. Just give it. I hope to not be canceled right away. Hopefully I can survive a little bit longer. There's my dude Lars right there. Lars, glad to see me back and podcasting. Lars doesn't know this yet, but he's going to be on the show at some point. You see, right there. Okay. All right. That works out. I wouldn't mind being a guest host from time to time. Yeah, that's going to happen, my friend. That's totally going to happen, especially because Lars, he's like me. He's got a world of interest and sometimes just needs to get it out of his damn system. AC, I love you, my friend. I don't know. Can I sell you on why Ghostbusters 2016 was still an epic failure? He and I have clashed over that over the years. I'm not saying Ghostbusters 2016, that's the female one. I'm not saying it was good by any means, but he hates it with every ounce of his soul. And I'm not sure his blood pressure is ready to revisit that here in podcast form just yet. So, but anyway, I love these ideas. You got anything you want to talk about anytime, let me know, and hell, we're going to make it happen. All right. Where did the name of the show come from? Whatever this is. And this actually, the name is what inspired me to finally do this variety show of a podcast, if you will. It was a shower thought. You ever have those weird random showered thoughts? You're like, oh, this would be a brilliant idea. I should turn it into a product and sell it on infomercials. So in the shower one night, and I don't know why I was like going through an introduction in my head. We're like, oh, hey, it's Mo Lightning and welcome to whatever this is. And I don't know why, but like when I said that in my head, it amused me greatly. Like, whatever this is. And that's exactly it. Like what you're seeing now is very low key. There will be guests. There will be more videos, special effects, possibly explosions. Maybe one day Michael Bay will be on the show. This is low key, but by the time we get to episode 25, it could be radically different. And that's what I look forward to this show, is seeing exactly where it grows and not being stubborn and needing to have a set path. But I just had that shower thought of whatever this is. And that's what finally got me off my ass to get working on a podcast, is the fact that it can be everything and anything. So hopefully something for everyone. You don't have to watch or listen every single episode to still be included. You know, because I'm going to have a pro wrestling show later this week. That's not everybody's forte. I get that. And that's fine. That's fine. You want to skip that one? I understand. But hopefully episode 4 then will bring you back with whatever the hell that may be. So that's where that came from there. And another reason why I don't want a regular co-host show is because I have never, ever in my entire career, I've been in entertainment since 2001, mostly in radio, but also in Comic-Con. I've never focused on my own brand. I have always been that guy to lead the social charge on my radio station or to help grow this show, help grow this product. And I've left myself behind because I was being a team player. And you know what? Those teams that I played for don't give a fuck about me. I hate to say it. I don't want to be optimistic. Like I said, I want to be a breath of fresh air. I want people to be able to sit back and enjoy, laugh at the show, hopefully laugh at me, if nothing else. But most of these teams that I've been on in my career, I'm replaced within a month at most. They leave me behind. Why am I building up all of these brands and not myself? And I'm not saying that some of these teams are not worth fighting for or worth branding. I hope wherever my next stop is in my paid career, because I'm not getting paid for this, hopefully whatever my next job is a team that I'm willing to work and build that brand. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but I've always put them before myself. And right or wrong, maybe it's time to start working on me a little bit. So that's another thing, is if I have a regular co-host, then it's our show, and maybe we can build our brand, yes. But let's say then my co-host wants to leave the show. Do I keep it going and then I have to rebrand it because it's just me? I don't know. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just getting up there, and I just like in my early 20s, I had a lot more gusto for this. But now it's like, you know what? This is what I want to do in my life. I'm comfortable with me, my talents. I know. And I think that's a big part of it. I just want to work on me. So if whatever with Mo is a success, that's you and me. If whatever with Mo is a failure, that's on me. I can't put it on a team. no other person can cancel this show for. It's me. So it's all on me. And again, you're going to be a part of it, but I'll drive the bus. You just have to get on board. Dan says, still hating pants I see. God damn right. I'm not wearing any right now. Be happy this isn't like a Monly fans, a Mo only fans, because then you probably have to see that. And nobody wants that. David wants me, Axel, and Southside for one show. Well, after some recent news this week, who knows? Maybe that actually could happen at this point. But I would actually love to have both Southside Steve, and Axel Lowe on the show at the same time, or just at some point, maybe individual shows as well. Those guys, if you're not aware, those guys were my co-hosts in Atlanta at Rock 100.5 before Cumulus decided we want to live in the past and got rid of most of us. So you never know. That could happen. Laura does bring up a good point. This show can be about everything but country music. Yes, I agree. But who knows? Maybe somebody is brave enough and will do their research enough to try to convince me live on the show why I should listen to country music. If your argument is, because it's good, no, that's not going to work. That is not going to work. You're gonna have to try a little bit harder than that. But if you think somehow you can make it happen and we can turn this into a show, 5, 10, 20-minute show, cool. I'll think about it. I'll consider it. But if you're just going to say, because it's good, it's not going to work. Get out. I'm just going to hang up on you. I'll digitally hang up on you and then toss you there. Nicholas wants a QLZ reunion with Lars. Not a problem. I loved Lars when I worked there. He has gone on to be one of the best friends a guy could ask for. Checks in on me regularly because I do suffer from that depression, and being unemployed the last couple of months has sucked. And he's right there on a regular basis checking in on me, and for that I will be eternally grateful for that guy. Abby loves the idea of a Mo only fans. She's probably drunk right now. That's probably why she likes that idea. So anyway, that's the main reason why I chose this show, chose the title of this show. And hopefully you like this. Hopefully this does grow into something bigger and better. And who knows? I'm not expecting to be number one on Spotify, which we will be on Spotify eventually. But hopefully, this is going to be a safe spot just to laugh for a few moments and then get back to something more important in your life. Or if you're down in the dumps and I can help lift you up just a little bit, then it's totally worth it for me. I think I've covered really most of it at this point of the introduction. I didn't expect much from this show. This is not, again, a full, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's not a full representation of what this show is going to be down the line. But a lot of you have been asking, what's the show going to be about? I'm looking forward to seeing what the show's going to be about. And hopefully this doesn't disappoint. That there's not some surprise guest star right now. There's not this live cut-in from somebody, taking over the show. This is, setting up the blocks. The gun hasn't been shut off yet. We're not in the race yet. Hopefully by the end of the race, though, don't come in last. I don't know. I didn't think of the analogy. I didn't think of that. I didn't think that through. That was top of the spur of the... I screwed it up already. Damn it! Already ruining things. That does lead me to a quote, though, that I honestly feel about myself. And it goes back to pro wrestling. I swear not everything will go back to pro wrestling. But this one I think is very suitable for me. There's a wrestler who has been around for decades who's never reached the top of the ladder. He did in one company, but he's not like a John Cena, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold. The names that even if you don't watch, you've heard those names. There's a guy, Eric Young, who's a very solid wrestler, very solid entertainer. This guy knows what he's doing, can work with anybody, but he's not upper echelon. For whatever reason, not to say he does or doesn't deserve to be, but he's not there, but he's consistent. and he had worked outside of WWE, which is kind of like the NFL of pro wrestling. That's where you want to go, or at least throughout history, that's been where you want to go to prove yourself. That's the company you want to go to. That's where you want to play the Super Bowl. Well, for the longest time, he was away from WWE, and a couple years ago, he was brought in by a guy, Triple H. And Eric Young mentioned in an interview afterwards that after he got hired by WWE, that he had made a statement to Triple H that I 100% feel for myself. And that's why I want to do a show like this, because as he said, to sell himself, a guy who's been in this industry for decades, sold himself and said, I'm not great at anything, but I'm good at everything. And in his case, he meant maybe he's not the greatest on the microphone, cutting a promo, or he's not going to have the best 5-star matches like other people on the card. He may not sell as good as someone else, like sell the offense of someone else. He may not have a deep move set as much as somebody else, but he is going to entertain you in every single one of those regards somehow. He's not great at anything, but he's good at everything. And I, honest to God, feel that about myself. You know, I'm not going to be the funniest entertainer you come across. If you saw that entrance video, a lot of you coming in, during the show, go back and watch the intro video at some point. I edited that on my phone. It's not the best video you're ever going to see, but it's not the worst either. And so, like, that's where I am. I'm not going to be the best radio show producer in the world, but I'm going to be a good one. And the same thing with this. I'm not going to be the best host you've ever seen, but I'm going to be hopefully a good one. And so if I can find enough avenues and interests and genres that I can be good enough to entertain you, then I'm happy. You know, again, I'm going to be the palest host. I don't know. But that one, maybe I have a chance at. Maybe I could be the greatest palest host. But that's all I got at this point. So if you have any questions, you feel free now to type that in on the comments. I do appreciate you guys interacting live. If you don't have any questions, then obviously we don't need a Q&A here to wrap up the show. I will have some audio. Definitely the palest host. Thank you. Always my biggest supporter, Heather. So, if anybody has any questions, a veritable renaissance man of entertainment. See, he's a builder. He's a hype man. Lars is a good people. The great white host. All right. See, we're already getting along here through my, by making fun of me, we can all bond. And you know what? That's fine. I can take it. I think, hopefully I can. I do want to thank GalaxyCon for having me out this weekend. I was out at their Richmond show, which they're still waiting to get specific and exact numbers, but it looks like it was probably the busiest or one of the biggest shows in GalaxyCon history. And Saturday at the show, the busiest day in Richmond Convention Center history. Of all the events they've ever hosted, having 20,000 people there on Saturday alone, over 30,000 for the weekend is what it's looking like. It was fun to be back doing the Comic-Con thing, even just for a weekend, catching up with many of you, and just having some fun, bossing celebrities and moderators around. I didn't moderate, I didn't do any stage hosting myself, but made sure to keep some rooms on time, and hopefully people came out, had some fun. So that was good. I needed that. I'm not gonna lie, I needed it, because otherwise I'm losing my mind. This whole unemployment thing. Oof. So if you got a job that I won't entirely suck at, that would be, let me know. I'm fine with that too. Or if you want to sponsor the show, I'll do this every day. I'll do this for 8 hours straight every day if you want to pay me to do it. I mean, I don't know what the benefit to you would be, but details. Who cares about that? But since I do like to inspire, since I want everybody to feel good as I wrap up this episode here, I want to share with you an inspirational quote. Now, thanks to algorithms and copyright stuff, I have to watch the video clips I play on the show, because why make things easy and entertaining for everybody? Got to make $1. I can't. I'm not going to show the video clip, but I will play the audio from a very famous show with a very, to me, inspiring message.
There sure is. Kids, you tried your best and you failed miserably. The lesson is never try.
All right. Hopefully you could hear that. If not, let me try it one more time because. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit more because this program doesn't have the best audio
I
settings.
think Bart and Lisa are feeling a little upset right now. Isn't there something you'd like to say?
There sure is. Kids, you tried your best and you failed miserably. The lesson is never try. Right in the butt.
I love that.
That was great.
I absolutely love that. Is that the most inspiring thing? Yeah, actually, it is. So, yeah. Don't tell me it's not. Hey to you too, Travis. Hopefully you're doing well. On that note, everybody, wrapping it up today, but back on Thursday, live unboxing video with everybody's favorite guest, Kitsy, a wrestling prediction show ahead of WrestleMania on Friday. And then who knows what else next week. I'm still trying to find the Hidden Valley Ranch ice cream that is being released. I looked for it this morning. I was hoping to be able to, like, the goal would have been eat the whole damn thing during the show so you can watch me suffer through all of that. But, not yet. Not yet. I haven't found it yet, but it's on its way. Thank you for watching at Whatever with Mo on the socials or at Mo Lightning, and give me your thoughts at any time.
Every so often, I can't believe you've made it this far. I mean, thanks for enjoying whatever this is. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow and stalk the show on your social of choice at Whatever with Mo. What do you want to talk about? Reach out and tell Mo what you want to see on a future episode. Request a topic. Suggest a co-host or interview. Hell, become a sponsor, moneybags. At Whatever with Mo.
Do you see that my producer pressed the wrong button and started playing the intro again? Surprise, my producer was Lars, and he just effed everything up. So, Lars, you're fired. All right, you're done.